And that's why I'll never get a 300 on my PFT. So it's about 4:15 in the morning, and I've been up for about, I want to say, give or take 16 hours now because of work. Nothing serious though. I have to run a PFT here at 6:30, so let's hope I don't really make a fool out of myself. I've already came to terms with the idea of me not being able to run an actual 300 PFT. Man, that 18-minute 3 miles, fucking killer. So back to training. Even though I haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately and my nutrition has been down the drain, the weights aren't gonna lift themselves, right? So the current training program I'm on right now is the Texas method. And this is me taking a few steps back. I've realized that I've been making all my workouts really way too complicated, trying to implement a whole bunch of things I feel like my body's not ready for. So going back to Texas method, a nice self-explanatory 5x5 exercise where I pretty much test every goddamn week. And so far I've been getting a lot of crazy gains, so that's gonna be playing right now. While this video is playing, I'm gonna go on a little rant, something that I need to get off my chest. Alright, I'll start by asking, have you ever looked around at your peers and realized some of them stand out? I'm talking about the ones with that go-get-it attitude, the ones that always barrel through everything they want or need to do. The few that don't see how big a mountain is, but see how small but necessary the steps are to getting to the top. We all know someone like that. My whole time in the Marines, I've seen those select few, and I've always wondered how they became that way. Well, it was explained best by a good friend of mine. They all have grit. Grit, by definition, the ability to work hard and respond resiliently to failure and adversity. The inner quality that enables individuals to work hard and stick to their long-term passions and goals. In my opinion, grit is the fine line that will separate success and mediocrity. If you're 100% content about being mediocre in life, you might as well exit out of this video right now. Anyways, that same friend pointed me towards this article that I always read when shit gets a little too hard or stupid. It's an article that lists 7 habits of people with remarkable grit. I'm going to go over one habit that I currently feel is the most important. Since applying this, my quality of life has improved a millionfold. The habit is, don't allow yourself to whine, or complain, or criticize. I apologize if I come off as an asshole, but one of my biggest pet peeves is hearing people whine and complain about things they have no control over. Your words have power, especially over yourself. Whining about my problems always make me feel worse, not better. So if something is wrong, I learn not to waste my time complaining, but instead, I'll put my mental energy into good use by making the situation better. Regardless of if I whined or not, I would still fix the situation, so why waste my fucking time, right? I'll just fix it now. I hate people who whine about what's wrong. Instead of the whining, how about we talk about how we can make it better? I haven't always been this way. Before applying this quote-unquote war on whining, I used to be the worst one of them all. I used to bitch about every little thing I had to do or couldn't control. I would always complain to my roommates. An example would be something like, bro, I have to write this paper tonight and it's due tomorrow, and fuck, we have to go run 1,000,000 miles in the morning, fuck this shit, all this is bullshit, fuck this, fuck that, blah 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 this. I would get a response from my roommates like, yeah bro, that shit's bullshit, fuck that, fuck this, fuck whatever. Let's break down what really happened there. I just bitch and complain about something that was going to happen regardless. What did that accomplish? It just made the duration of that time negative and worse than if I hadn't bitched about it. More importantly, I just bred another whiner and complainer. Negativity is contagious. I just subconsciously gave my peer the green light to whine and complain about his day-to-day hurdles. That means when he's having a shitty day, he will whine to me, then vice versa. It's a back and forth process that can end up lasting years, which in turn will make my quality of life extremely shitty. Just picture that for a second, living your whole life with a shitty mental attitude just because you whine and complain about shit you can't control. Grab your nuts and be an adult with some grit. Life isn't sunshine and rainbows. Regardless of whatever goals you set, you're going to have your downs. A lot of downs. If you whine and complain about these downs, you're going to derail yourself from getting to your goal because of shitty mental attitudes. One of my goals in life is to be a successful strength and conditioning trainer. This goal has a lot of downs tied to it. One of the big ones being hours of staring at a computer screen, learning about how the human body works, while balancing an extremely unpredictable life in the military. With that being said, I have a choice. I can either be the man my mom raised me to be and barrel through every single one of those little hurdles and get to my goal, or I can bitch and complain about every little insignificant hurdle and make my journey shittier than it has to be. It really is easier said than done, but when applied, it really does spill over into the day-to-day life. I was more motivated and driven, something my peers saw and wanted to emulate. Like negativity, motivation is just as contagious. This world does not need more whiners and complainers. This world needs more motivators. I'm sorry about this long-ass rant, but it's something I really had to get off my chest.